Hey y'all.
Hey.
Is this working? Ah, very subtle. My name is Ryan, and
Hi, Ryan.
hey. This is called Waves, and it's about my family. My mom has 4 sisters. Each sister's name begins with T and ends in I. Terry, Tori, Tammy, Tracy, and Trini. 4 sisters living in upstate New York with a mom and dad working at the GE factory. The dad smells like loose tobacco and unspoken thoughts. Naturally, he has a tough time getting a word out in a house with 6 other women, but he likes it that way. Every Friday, they eat pizza, and on some of those Fridays, my mom and her littlest sister would smoke pot in the room directly next door to my parents. Yeah, if you've never smoked pot with your best friend, then there is a hole in you. Let me fill that with exhalations out of a window and way too many handfuls of M&Ms. My mom has 4 sisters, and they left New York in less of a burst and more of a trickle, scattered throughout the world: London, Michigan, Florida, fleeing south, fleeing a sickness of the cold, a sickness of small towns, only to find a sickness far more sinister. The cold press of metal against a breast spoke more words than my grandfather ever did for my family. My mom has 4 sisters, my mom had 4 sisters, and it is amazing how one single letter can change the entire tone of a poem and take a person's life. My grandmother's house is a shrine to her now. A temple to a woman we watched forced from her skin, like somebody pried off the top of her head and poured cement in. It caused her eyes to bulge or her sockets to recede, and it forced her golden wavy hair from her scalp and left a bandana. Many bandanas of the most simple colors we first point to when classifying colors. An apple on a tree, the leaves, the sky, and the sea, the most simple colors we never forget, even when everything fades to sepia, like it did for my aunt. But for as well as I can remember every piece of fabric that grazed her scalp, I cannot remember the color of her eyes. My grandmother drowns in her own home now, a white sludge of frames and too many pictures of eyes I can't remember. Waves crash over her, stripping the color from her hair, the dirt stains from her knees she once used to garden. Waves crash like the ones my mom would throw her littlest sister over in the story I have not heard in 5 years without somebody crying. And now I just sit and rack my brain to remember rods and cones and corneas, and it would be so simple just to turn to any wall of my grandmother's house to see. And I just don't deserve that.